So the bans have happened, and we have lost Invoke Despair, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Reckoner Bankbuster, which is just as I happened to predict, which is kind of cool in a way, but problem is this deck was quite fun to play with, and now it's lost three of the most important parts of it, three very, very powerful cards from this Rakdos Midrange or Rakdos Breach deck. So what I'm going to do is change it up slightly and see what we can do with this deck without Reckoner Bankbuster, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, or Invoke Despair. Now I'm leaning more heavily into black and taking out a bit more red, so I've also taken out Bloodtithe Harvester because although it's a very powerful card, it is very good. It needs some early red, and I'm leaning away from red. So these cards have gone. Let's see what we've replaced them with. So with Bankbuster, we had some extra card draw or card selection. We've got Phyrexian Arena here to help us draw more cards, although it will be at the expense of losing life. We have Celestus, which is not quite as good, but still pretty useful, where we can play with a day-night cycle, also add 1 mana of any color, and we can draw cards and discard cards. It all works really well with things like Graveyard Trespasser, which will, obviously when it's nighttime, be a 4/4 and be able to drain the opponent a bit and gain us some life. We've also got Fleshgorger in as a really good early threat. It dodges a lot of the removal that you see quite often. Obviously, it dodges Go for the Throat and Cut Down, and Graveyard Trespasser also dodges Cut Down and has Ward discard a card. So these creatures are pretty difficult to get rid of. So they're going to do some good work for us. We've also got Path of Peril in the deck now, because a lot of the things we're going to be playing against in general are going to be things like mono red. They're going to be soldiers, the enchantments, and even the 5-color domain control deck. When they get out their herd migration and bring out 5 3/3 beast tokens, Path of Peril can clear them up just for 3 mana. So Path of Peril, pretty good. We like that one in the deck. We've also got 3 copies of Sheoldred, like expected. We're ramping up with Big Score to create some treasures and extra card draw, card selection for us. Discard something, draw 2 new things. We have the new Sheoldred in here as well. Only 1 copy, because although it's good, we probably don't want it early on, because we really want the opponent to have 8 creatures or 8 cards in their graveyard so that we can transform Sheoldred as soon as possible to destroy another creature or planeswalker, make them discard 3 cards and mill 3 cards, if they even have 3 cards in their hand left at this point of the game, and then absolutely finish it by putting all creatures from the graveyards onto the battlefield under our control. We've got Chandra, like normal, which is the main reason we have red in the deck, and obviously we have Etali with the other red creature that obviously makes the whole deck work really well. We've got Breach the Multiverse like normal. If we can copy Breach the Multiverse with Chandra, we're going to do really well and get loads of creatures out. And the other card, the other reason why we're leaning so heavily into black, is we're going to try Corrupt. Do some extra damage to the opponent. Depends on the number of swamps we control. So with a mana base, I'm looking at having as many swamps as possible. I've got a couple of mountains, using Riveteer's Outlook to search for the mountains if we need it, or just get other swamps if we don't need the red sources for Big Score or Chandra or Etali. Obviously Celestus can be 1 mana of any color as well. And then we've got these other triomes, which are also the basic land type, so they're also swamps, and they can both be used as red or black. So that's the mana base we've got to cover all this. So by the time we cast Corrupt, if we do, we should have at least 6 swamps out, hopefully by that point. And then obviously if Chandra is copying that, that's going to be maybe 12 damage to the opponent's face and 12 life gained for us. So there's a lot of life gain here with Graveyard Trespasser, Fleshgorger, Sheoldred, and Corrupt, which balances out the Phyrexian Arena, where we're going to be losing life but drawing loads of extra cards. So hopefully we'll be able to hit our land drops, ramp up to the big things, and still do quite a lot of damage with the new Rakdos Breach style deck. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you would change any other things in the deck, what else you would add to cover the loss of Fable or Bankbuster or Invoke Despair. Okay, so let's get into some games with the new Rakdos Breach deck. Let's see how it does. Well, enough lands. We have an Edict. We have 2 Sheoldreds. Not a bad start, so I think we can keep that. And we have a Corrupt. Let's get some more swamps out of the library. Don't want the tap lands yet. We'll have the Edict available. We have green and black. Okay, no target for the Edict. 3 Sheoldreds now. Get that tap land down. Next turn we're playing a Sheoldred. Hopefully they put out a target for the Edict. A good target. It's a good target. Non-token creature. And then show them my one. My first one. Hopefully they'll use something. Such a mirror match. Hopefully they'll use something to get rid of that. And I can just play another one next time. That's what I really want. Another Edict. Fair enough, I've got another one. All the Sheoldreds. Okay, they have nothing left. They have no kill spells. No, they have an Invoke Despair. That's what I get for filming this before, recording this before the bans take effect. Okay. There's the other Sheoldred, or there's Corrupt. What do we want to do with this? Just hit them. Not really much point. Let's just do the Fleshgorger. If they run out of Edicts, they might have to use other kill spells that are going to cost them some life. Let's have more Invoke Despairs. Okay, it's an underdog. Easy target for a Sheoldred. Don't have enough in the graveyard to activate it yet, which is the one thing. There's a bit of a pain with Sheoldred. Would be much nicer if it was... Oh, there's Tail Swipe. Okay. Now I have 6 in the graveyard. Have to look out for the Obliterator they're going to have when it's a green and black fight deck. Going to look for a go for the throat or an Edict. So they've now got 6 in the graveyard. So we're not too far off. There's another Invoke Despair. Taking them down to 6. Not the best place to be for you when I've got 6 swamps. One Winter Corrupt. Bad. Okay. Well, a few different things we could possibly do. So, not a bad start. What are we up against today? White. Okay. Just white. Or is it enchantments? Well, let's just make them get rid of it now. They're still drawing the card. There's one enchantment less they're going to have. Although it might not be the enchantment deck. If it is, we have Path of Peril. Let's get rid of that out the graveyard. So, mono white, guessing. They wish they had their Spirited Companion to bring back. Right, so attacking. Nothing to take out. And we have a Fleshgorger. Would be nice to draw some more land. We have another companion. Or an ossification. No. We are the enchantment deck. They just had no green mana. Okay. And there's the green mana. Okay. Fine. We're going to hold on to Path of Peril till they have a few good things out. Maybe a Generous Visitor. Maybe a Jukai Naturalist. Whatever they happen to get out, we're going to Path of Peril, get rid of it. There's the ossification. 3 more life. Another Weaver. Okay. Would be nice to have some more mana. Could have killed them both with Path of Peril and eaten one from the graveyard. Would have been down to 8. Puts them really close to dying from Corrupt or Chandra. Maybe that would have been the right thing to do. There's nothing stopping me doing it next time. It's going to be a 3-4. Oh, there's the mechanics. Put the counters on the Weaver of Harmony, which I kind of feel like they would do. That's great for Path of Peril, so I'm okay with that. Take the hit. Oh, Reign of Truth. Don't really want to take the hit. It's going to be a big hit. Whew. 14. Looks like I'm going to have to... Okay, do I have to block this? I'm going to be hit by 3, 4, 5 next turn. Gain 1 back. I guess I'm going to have to save some life. Cut down could be good. So when it enters, put a +1. So let's get rid of it now. Or they can put something else in. Okay, that was pretty good. Definitely could do with some more land. We're on 4. And we've got 2 things that need 6. Oh, 1 thing that needs 6, 2 things that need 7. No. 2 things that need 6, 1 thing that needs 7. Either way, take a few hits. Number 5. So next turn we can take something out. We need a red to be able to do Chandra. Most likely going to get a black. Or a Fleshgorger is okay. We're still going to get hit by probably at least 6-7 damage. There's the Visitor. The Path of Peril would be nice. So this is 2 as well. Get rid of all of these. Don't want to lose anything. Don't really want to lose the Fleshgorger for that. One more land would be nice. Okay, there we go. We have the Corrupt. It's sorcery. So we're going to have to do it now. And it's going to do 5 damage. Gain 5. I guess we're going to have to take out the Restoration. Although you could make an argument for hitting them in the face, put them down to 7. They're really close. Close to dying from another one or targeting the Fleshgorger. But I think we'd be dead before we get a chance to do that, so it's probably not the best thing. Nothing. Okay. Draw some more cards then. So, one more red to cast either of those. Anything else like a Path of Peril would be great. Sheoldred would be pretty good right now. Lots of things would be really good. Probably going to take out the Fleshgorger, I guess. Rather than the Arena. I think that's for 8. Take 1 damage next turn. Definitely need to get a Chandra. Because they've gone so wide, even if we can block, we're going to take 5 damage. Okay. Well, if they can't get rid of it... if they can't get rid of it, then I'm going to have to hit with it to stay alive. If they can get rid of it, they're going to be down to 2, but they'll kill me anyway. So I'm hoping this means they're not going to attack this turn. They don't have what they need. They can't get rid of it. Okay, definitely going to have to attack with it. Stay alive. These are good. Okay. So. See where they block. Presume they're going to block. Maybe a couple of tokens. Which is fine. I'm going to kill the other things anyway. It's Menace. They have to block 2. Let them think about it for a bit. So they can hit me for 9 next turn. At least they think they can. And I'd be on 10, lose 1 to Arena, so in theory, that would be the right thing to do, but... in this case, they're going to lose those anyway. And those back up to 10. They can only attack with 2. They don't have anything. Okay. I'm going first, but at least we have 3 lands. Removal. Celestus. So. Taking the mulligan as well, which often a good sign for us. Down to 6. Blue, white. What do we have? Soldiers or control? Or humans? Soldiers. Okay. So they've got a ward now, which is not great. Okay. Lots of damage coming in, but good thing is we have Path of Peril. Kind of resets the board. We've got loads of cards in our hand. We just need a land to cast things. I think we're going to have to go with Trespasser first so we can eat one of the vanguards. It's played out 3 already, so what's the chance they've got the 4th one? What have they got black in here for? Okay, that dies. Do we attack? Probably going to kill the recruitment officer anyway. So sure, let's do it just to eat another creature. Really could do with more land. We've got loads of cards. They've got 2 in their hand. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. But I am wondering what the black mana's for. Not a very typical soldier thing to do. Brutal Cathar. It's perfect. Discard another card. Let you take it. Let you attack. Kill the Brutal Cathar. Goes to the graveyard. We eat it. We block. Question is, do they scoop? Oh, we really could do with something else. Okay, let's go with... Let's get the Fleshgorger out. And let's eat something else. And they scoop. I'll never find out what the black mana was for. We're going first. We have removal. We have big score. Looks good. Let's get that tap land out of the way first. Although we could have done swamp first to leave cut down open. Technically would have been a bit more efficient. Especially when it's mono red. Path of Peril is going to come in very handy here. So cut down anything that comes out if it's not a 3/3. It's a good cut down. Because we kind of want the mono to transform before we do Path of Peril. Gain a life. And get another swamp. When they do play with fire to your face early on, they're in trouble. They don't have something. They don't have the land, they don't have the creatures. Might have been relying on the Phoenix Chicken Commando to do the job. Possibly. Might not have anything else too good. So we could Path of Peril, but I think... Well, they're going to get other big things out. Cut down's going to be useful. Let's just do this to get rid of it for now. If they've got nothing else good in their hands, they'll probably just scoop anyway. We've got cut down for anything else. Off from a Raiju. Too big. Breach the Multiverse. Okay. We can do Breach the Multiverse next turn, but we're taking 5 damage. No, we're not. We're taking lots of damage. Are we dead? 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Interesting. Well, spin the wheel, see what we get. You never know. Okay, what do we get in ours? Sheoldred is good. Chandra is good. What are they? 4, 5. Chandra is very good. And what should we steal from them? Let's steal a squee. Chandra is absolutely keeping us alive. Chance of us surviving incredibly low, although they've had 2 Raijus already, so they might not have another one in their hand. Any other tiny hasty threat is going to get cut down like this. Thank goodness for that one treasure. But play with fire, lightning strike, any burn spell and we're dead. They must have something. We don't, but then neither do we. Which means I'm definitely keeping the one goblin back to block. Hope for a corrupt to gain some life back. Probably not going to happen. There's a Swift Spear. And... Grade. Oh well. Those Raijus were good. Right, here we go with the last game of the day. Lots of options of what we can do. We're going first, which is good. So, feeling positive about this one already. We'll see. Blue. It's all going good till they play Island on turn 1. No Consider, though. Interesting. Are they just going to counter something? Let's go with Arena. Do they want to counter that? They don't have a counter. Still don't have one. They've probably got a Fading Hope. There you go. Still looking for it, I guess. Maybe still looking for land. Blue Sun's Twilight. Interesting one. Could kill it. I'd rather get this out first. We can take some damage. So we'll double go for the throat. We should be able to get rid of its turn. And corrupt. Lots of options. Path of Peril's no good. 5. So we don't want to play that out. Let's get rid of it now. Use your mana. And it's dead. And another one. Not looking great. 5. That's 6. Well, it most likely got another counterspell. We've got 6 mana. We could do Trespasser, we could do Fleshgorger, but they're going to hit us for a lot of damage next turn. So, let's see if they want to trade first. Not ideal, but not sure what is. And then we have... Maybe we will go for this. Let's try the Fleshgorger first to keep us alive. Impulse means they don't have the counterspell. Or they're just trying to fill the graveyard. I don't think that's what they'll be doing. And then got 6, but it's only 5. 5 swamps for corrupt. So hopefully we can get to target. Take something out of the graveyard. Target the Fleshgorger. Fading Hope, okay. So they only have to hit us for 11. No, they have to hit us for 14. We can block with this. They're not going to get Haughty Djinn to 14 that quickly. Put away an Essence Scatter. They must have another one. On 11, which is pretty good. Fading Hope puts them down. Another 5. Okay, so we have to block. I'm guessing they have nothing else and they think... Well, it's all or nothing. 5 damage. They need the counterspell. Either way, it's been fun. There's the counterspell. They had it. Always with mono blue, it's the last. Down to the last card. Well, what can you do? So we're back to wrap things up now. And how did the deck do against the opponents today? Well, considering we're recording this before the bans take into effect, we did play against some people with Fables, with Invoke Despair, which didn't help because they are pretty good cards, although we still held up pretty well. I don't think the deck's as good. Obviously, it's not as good as it was when we had Fable and Bankbuster and Invoke Despair. But how does it compare to other decks? It's still working pretty well. I think it's definitely got a lot of potential. Corrupt is one they don't seem to expect. And considering we have Corrupt and Chandra as ways of doing direct damage at the end when they're just expecting us to put creatures like Etali out on the battlefield that don't have haste. Draining the opponent down as much as possible with Phyrexian Fleshgorger, with Sheoldred, getting their life total just a bit lower and leaving them in range of Corrupt or Chandra seems to work pretty well. If it wasn't for that last mono blue having the counter spell at the last moment, we would have got them as well with it. So I think it's working pretty well. But yeah, gonna miss Invoke Despair. Probably the most out of all the cards that are being banned. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Which card that's being banned are you missing the most? Which card do you wish had been banned? And what do you think of a new Rakdos Breach or Rakdos Midrange deck compared to the old version? Thanks for watching this video to the end, and I will see you in the next one.